1,038 total unopened packs. So many packs, the actual font inside of Madden doesn't even fit the scale. Over 80 million coins worth of Easter eggs scattered throughout smalls, medium, largest, and extravagant eggs. But don't worry, you're not gonna be watching the boring parts. You don't have to worry about watching 15 straight Robert Hunts. I've cut up the video, I've edited it. We're only gonna be watching the highlights and the best moments from this 4-hour-long marathon. We're going to be cutting in and out of some live reactions as well as some post commentary describing if I thought the packs were a W or an L, with also some stats to back it up. So grab a drink, grab some food, because this is going to be a long video. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the eggs. Starting off with what I think is the most disappointing egg in all of the Easter eggs in this video, the Ultimate Legend Extra Large Egg being a 97 plus Ultimate Legend. And I don't even blame myself, I don't blame you for this egg pretty much being a terrible return on your coins. I put it on EA. They have pretty much the last 3 to 4 weeks put out atrocious Ultimate Legends after Randy Moss, and we've seen the likes of Bernard Part. That's the type of caliber of player EA has put into the game as an Ultimate Legend, so it's not really our fault that these packs are so bad. There was only 3 to 4 players that actually returned that 238k coin value this pack kind of had. But for the first time in this video, we actually are going to be throwing it into a little live listen-in. Right, although Randy Mosses have done good, but I don't think we've made the value back. We're probably like a little bit like a couple 100k short. There's another Randy. Randy's are really flying out of these. I think we probably pulled them the most. We've gotten 4 Randys. I know I have a couple Ochos and a couple Haleys, but there's another one. Sorry about my reactions being a little bit dry now. I'm just not the best pack opening reaction. This was streamed live on Twitch, iJoebruin, if you ever want to see. I stream Thursday through Sunday, but when it comes to packs, there's nothing I can't buy. A little bit of I can't buy 5,000 times. I've been playing Madden for 10 years. I'm not really that. It's more, my reaction's more along the lines of, it's about damn time, EA, right? Been playing this game for so long. I've been playing this game all year, and I don't have the best. I don't open packs, so yeah, I'm not a big pack guy, but of course, when it comes down to eggs, I'm going to go all out. But when it comes down to the pack, and I'll throw some stats on the screen, we actually got a lot more 98s and 97s. However, when it comes to whether this pack was a W or an L, it's a fat L. I mean, fat L, and it's just because the value of this pack. I mean, it was a 238k pack, and there was only 3 to 4 Ultimate Legends that actually returned that 230k after tax. But now switching it up with one of my favorite packs, or well, I thought it was going to be one of my favorite packs, the Extra Large Redux pack, it being just a 97 overall Redux player. The best pulls you can get in this pack: Odell Beckham Jr., Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase. Those are kind of the top 3 options. Justin Tucker is also a very good pull, but we had, what, a total of 48 extra large Redux packs. The pack valued about 194k. Now I'm actually going to flash up the spreadsheet that I have on the screen. So I'm going to put this up for every single pack, and I need you guys to understand how it works, because it's a little bit not deceiving, but it's perceived value. So put into play, basically, you have the overall. So 97 overall, we are valuing every single overall in this video as training discard, when that is just not true, right? Odell Beckham Jr., a 97 overall, is valued at 52,000 training, which is only, what, about 120,000 coins right now on the market, but he goes for a significantly more, way more coins. He goes for about 300,000 coins. So we can't take into account every player I sell over training, as well as we can't take into account actually that I was paying a lot cheaper for training prior to the Easter egg promo. I got these eggs at a severe discount. I was getting pretty much training at 2.2 and 2.3, while during the Easter promo, training was about 3 per. So while it says I lost about, what, I think it's 750,000 training on this Redux pack just off of the overalls we pulled, simply just being 97 overalls, because the pack was valued at about 194k. Basically, it was a 98 overall pack value, but we were only getting in 97 overalls. But we do actually pull not one, but we actually pulled 2 Odell Beckham Jr.'s in this pack. But when it comes down to the chart, it's a little bit deceiving. Now, it says, like, we lost 750,000 training points, but that's not really true, I'd say, because that's a lot of coins. That's like 3 to 4 mil that we have lost, but that's not really realistic. I'd say we probably lost 500 to 750k when it comes down to the Redux pack. We did not get, I'll say, we did not get too many great pulls. We got 1 Odell Beckham Jr. Now we got 2 Odell Beckham Jr.'s, a couple of Joe Burrows, but a lot of the 97 overall Redux players we did pull happen to be guys that were going for around the 120 to 150k range. But when it came down to whether this pack was a W or an L, again, unfortunately, and this is going to be a theme with the extra large packs, it is going to be a fat L. However, on the last pack, we do happen to pull OBJ, the main man himself. Moving on to the large eggs now, and I don't have that many large because I don't have the Wildcard Wednesday, as well as I don't have the playoff large eggs, but we do have the large Redux, and we have a lot of them. You're actually going to see, I think, every single one sped up in this section of the video, but 102,000 coins per pack. Kind of give you guys an idea of how much the pack would cost if I were to buy it in the store. And the reason why I actually loved the large Reduxes instead of the extra large Reduxes was the 95 and 96 overall players that you could pull in this pack, which you couldn't in the 97 plus. A lot of them go into power-ups like Kyle Pitts, like Brian Dawkins, like Devontae Adams, and they're a lot more expensive, whereas the 97 overalls, well, they're not going to go into power-ups because there's not a lot of 97 overall players that are going to get further upgrades after that. But we're actually going to throw it into a listing because we got probably our best packs of the video next weekend. But any player that's like above trading, for example, like Kyle Pitts Redux. Kyle Pitts Redux you can sell. He's not going to go up anymore. These eggs have been amazing. As I hit my wire. These eggs have been amazing. These have been better than the extra larges. These have been better than the extra larges. We've pulled Devontae. These eggs have been amazing. Again, 100k. 100k in value for these eggs. 100k. And pretty much a 95 Redux, if you really squeeze out the coins, right? 95 is probably going to go for like 80k. And you pull 96. But as you can hear, back-to-back Devontae Adams, the two actually most expensive cards we pulled in this entire pack opening in back-to-back packs. And that's why I was saying this pack is amazing. Now, when it comes down to the actual spreadsheet up on the screen, when it comes down to the training loss technicality on this egg, it's going to be a loss, but I mean, 87,000 training. Devontae Adams makes up for that, right? Devontae Adams is valued at 96 overall, so 37,000 training, but he's worth, I sold both for over 400,000 coins, so it made up basically. Devontae Adams made it for this technical training loss. This pack definitely made me a good amount of profit. Seriously, guys like Rob Gronkowski, so WRL, this was one of the first W pretty much of the pack opening, and it was a pretty big one. I mean, even guys like Quentin Nelson, a lot of 95 overall Redux guys go for way above that training value of 26,000. For the final large grouping of eggs, we're actually going to pair two eggs into one because I don't have that many pulls of each, it being the large combine slash free agent and the large legend slash ultimate legend slash bow nose. So you can see now the large combine, and we can pull the 97 overall champions. I thought that was really cool how they put pretty much champions in every single egg. So we got Julio Jones there, but that actually was our only combine champion we do get in this. The other ones were just pretty much 95 overall free agents. Training value, we did lose 15,000 training, but you're going to see it wasn't like, that's not that big of a loss. We do actually get our first hatching, like the hatching from large. You can either get small, medium, and large. There you go. You see into an extravagant egg. How it just works is you go to open the pack and it kind of just appears on your screen. So we actually do technically pull two 97 overalls in the 7 large combine slash free agents. I don't actually pull it in this clip. I kind of move it. I just kind of forget about it, put it back into my unopened packs. But yeah, we only pulled 197 combine, technically out of 6, I guess you could say. But WRL for that pack, I mean, it was kind of just a neutral pack. I don't really want to say WRL because we didn't have that many. Now for the large legend slash ultimate legend slash bonus, these rolls or these 13 packs were actually really good, even though the training value says negative, because a lot of the guys we pulled, the 95 overalls, we pulled, I think, 2 total bonus players. Bonus players go for way above training, right? 95 overall is 26,000 trading. I mean, we pull, I think, Sean Taylor in this, and he goes for pretty much as much as a 97 overall discard. So while it says minus 20,000 trading, there it is. Sean T, a really good pull, about 130, 140k pull right there. But in this pack, I think the contents of it is either you pull 196 overall, oh, it's a 96 overall legend. There's also Dwight Freeney. It's a 96 overall legend or better, a 94 overall Bo Noser player, or a 95 overall ultimate legend or better. We did pull one. We got Dick Lane right off the rip as our actually only full ultimate legend. So the big L's in this pack are pretty much the 95 ultimate legend. You're going to lose like good, what? 95 ultimate legends going for about 60,000 coins. You're going to lose, what, 40, 45k after tax, whereas pretty much everything else you pull is going to be break even or profit. So WL, I'm going to say W because the bonus players really saved this pack because they're just worth. Sean Taylor's 140, Kevin Mawai's 100. Pretty solid egg. Moving on now to the medium egg portion of this video. We're going to start off with the medium Redux pack. Again, medium packs are all going to be valued the same as you can quick sell the medium egg. It was for what? 18, no, it was 80, yeah, 8,100 train, or no, 8,100 candy, so about 16,000, 17,000 trading, which equals out to about 51,000 per pack. So these packs, kind of for an overall basis, as long as you pull a 94 overall, you're breaking even or making profit. However, when it comes down to Reduxes, there are a lot of players like 92 and 93 overall guys. Off the top of my head, I know Byron Jones, Aaron Jones, Leo Collins at 92 overall. Leo Collins, you've already seen me pull one, in this video, he was selling for 125k because a lot of the low Redux players, this is why I kind of love the Redux pack going into this. A lot of the low overall Redux guys are basically pieces that go for a lot, as we pull a 97 TJ Watt, by the way, very expensive card, went for about 300k. A lot of the low overall Redux guys go into players that are actually crashing on, there's only anyone crashing on something. So what do I mean by that? Like JJ Watt, Byron Jones, when their combine guys come down in price, well, people are going to want to pick up the Redux to power them up. And since we were pulling all the 92 and 93 Redux guys in this medium Redux pack, they had basically an added value. While Byron Jones, like a 93 overall, is going to be going for like 30, 35k. Byron Jones is going for 60,000 coins because his combine 97 kind of crashed on a price. There's our second, I believe, Leo Collins again. Great pull, 125k pull, basically pulling a 96 overall in a 92 overall because, again, Leo Collins has that 96 overall Sugar Rush player. It's why I love the Redux pack. I really love the medium Redux pack a lot and the large Redux pack a lot now. While I thought the extra large Redux pack was going to be amazing, I thought it was going to be times 2 95 overall players instead of it just being locked into a 97. It kind of just, it sucked. Like, let's be honest, it sucked because there's probably 10 to 12 out of the 30 players that actually probably went for a profit in the pack. I think the 97 Redux pack cost about, it's 200,000 coins. Again, so you had to pretty much pull like the top 20% of the player to actually make the profit, where a majority of the guys you got were like 120, 130k. But this is the medium Redux pack. I kind of passed over it. I threw the spreadsheet up on the screen. You can see the first actual reroll where we gained a technical profit in terms of trading based on the overalls we pull. So no matter what, I can pretty much say it is a huge W. And we got a lot of guys worth way more than the actual discard trading price. There's Byron Jones, for example. Again, a 93 overall that's selling for 65k. James Robinson, we pulled a ton, I think 3 or 4 in this, and he doesn't go for much. But yes, a W for the Redux medium pack. Next up is going to be the medium Super Bowl / playoff reroll or egg. And this was probably the most boring medium reroll out of them all because the 94, pretty much any player you pull in this pack is training discard, as we actually pull another hatching. I want to say we got 5 or 6 total. We got 0 out of the smalls, a bunch out of the mediums, and a couple out of the largest. But the Super Bowl / playoff pack, it was good for, you'll see, it was good for training. It was just really boring because every player goes for training discard, while the Redux guys, a lot of them go for way above discard as you pull a 95 overall Jonah Williams. This pack was pretty much the 94 overall simulator. I mean, I'll throw up the spreadsheet now on the screen for a little bit more because this one's not as interesting. 28 total 94s pulled, only 9 92s at plus 33,000 training. So pretty solid, but most of these guys are going to go for training discard. So it's pretty much, I'd say, when it comes down to either a W or an L, this pack is pretty much going to be barely a W. It's still a W, but it's not going to be crazy, even though the training point is better. When it was it better than the last one? I don't think it was better than the Redux, but training-wise, it was great. I'm just telling you, a lot of these guys do go for training discard. It just wasn't outstanding. The ceiling for this pack, and that's what we thought going in, as we do pull Travis Kelce. We end up pulling 2 96 overalls, both being Travis Kelce. I want to say they're like Travis Kelce, Devin Bush, and I want to say this one is Travis Kelce. I was right. So 2 Travis Kelce's in 3 packs. That kind of saved us, really. If we didn't get that, probably actually would have been a break even in terms of training, but not the greatest upside in terms of the pack because none of the champions go for anything. I believe Travis Kelce, Josh Allen. McPherson goes for a little bit, but when it comes down to a W or no, I'm not really going to say W. I'll say small W. Small W for this pack, but not amazing. Let's move on to the next one. The medium combine / free agent roll up next. 51,000 per pack, so 94 overall, and better is going to be technically a profit or a break even. But unlike the playoff pack where there's pretty much no 94 overalls, I guess except for Hollywood Brown that go for above training discard, there are a few 94 overalls like Deshaun Jackson and John Ross that do go for above training discard rather than like 60k for 94. They're going to be going for like 75,000 coins, as we do pull CJ2K now. I think it's now the second fastest running back behind Barry Sanders, but this pack was actually very fun because not only do we pull multiple 97 overall combine champions, we also do get a hatching, as you see there. We're actually going to open this being a 97 overall Redux, one of the better, I'd say, hatchings. You don't want to get that 96 overall like Westry Hunt hatching, but the 97 Redux is probably the best one you could get. I don't know if you can get the 99 overall hatchings into like the Reggie White or the Barry Sanders, but that one was decent. We pulled Stephon Diggs, not the worst, not the best, but pretty good Redux card, went for about 200,000 coins. But the fun thing about this roll, we pulled a lot of champions. 4 total 97 champions and actually 1 98 champion that we're going to get to in a little bit. But there you see JJ Watt 97. This roll is pretty fun. It didn't really have, when I talk about upside, this was one of the eggs that had a lot of upside. But now, Justin Simmons, we're going to throw it into a live listen in.
Heyo. We're like halfway. I wouldn't even say halfway through. We're like probably 30% through. Thoughts on the Raiders this year? They're playing the best division football. Sadly, they're going to finish 4th. Sadly. Sadly, they're gonna. There's another 97. We've pulled what, 3 or 4 of them now. This medium egg is actually a W. The Super Bowl / playoff medium egg was a huge L, I think, now. Compared to this one, this egg's God tier. This egg's God tier. This egg's been better than the large combine / free agent. Good God.
There you see, though, 98 overall Marcus May. He does go for quite a lot being a 98 overall. I mean, Deion Sanders will only be going for 200,000 coins. Marcus May, I was able to sell at about 265,000 coins. And I'll throw the spreadsheet up on the screen. Amazing. It's actually the second best trading profit in terms of overall discard that we did get at 173,000 positive trading. So WRL, I think this one is pretty obvious. Going to be a huge W with 597s and 198 and 48 total rolls. Medium wildcard Wednesday, the first wildcard Wednesday egg in all of this video, since I did not really want to keep the large wildcard Wednesday eggs. I didn't think they had too much upside. Well, the medium wildcard Wednesdays, if you pull that 96, that 97 overall player, you're going to make a hefty profit. 94 overall is what the overall we are aiming for in this pack. And this pack, well, when it comes down to training, you'll see wasn't the best. I had mixed feelings about this wildcard Wednesday. The medium, there you by the way, Taysom Hill, 96 overall, and a good 96 to pull because he went for 135k, decent amount over that training discard. About like 96s are going for like, what, 100,000 coins right now, so pretty solid pull there. Taysom Hill, Javonte Williams. We got a lot of 94s and like 95s. We just got a ton of 91s. This was probably the reroll that we got the most lowest in terms of medium rerolls and eggs. This was the one where we got, like you saw with the Redux, we got 191, right? With the wildcard Wednesday, we got 14. I'll actually throw the spreadsheet up on the screen. We got 14 total 91s. That's just not going to cut it, right? A 91 going for 20,000 coins. That's 30k coins, pretty much a loss per roll. As you do pull Alex Leatherwood, Jalen Phillips, Alex Leatherwood, back to back. They're trailing. So there was good runs in this. We pulled, what, 297s, 296. We're actually going to cap it off, though, with a little bit in the last live listen-in.
Chat might be able to help you with that, though. Chat might be able to help you, but I don't have much. The best thing I could say is maybe lazy selling. Unfiltered selling. Here, there we go. That's the best card we could actually possibly pull, I think, in this. That's really good.
As you can see, Joey Galloway, 97 overall. I thought it was the most expensive wildcard one. It's basically the most expensive card we could have pulled in that roll, and it indeed was. I think I sold for about 175 to 180k. Joey Galloway, though, loved this Campus Hero 1 card when it came out. Was the fastest receiver at the time in the game. Moving on now to the medium GG2 / Madden Machine Reroll. And this one was pretty cool because, again, you could pull pretty much 91 to 98 overall, being that 98 overall Madden Machine like Tyreek Hill, the Dak Prescott. You actually can pull. I love this about the eggs now. The eggs didn't really treat me well in terms of prop. By the way, there was another hatching 97 overall Joe Burrow. Again, you want that 97 overall Redux, not the 96 overall hatching. But when I go back, let's get back to the eggs, to the rerolls. I love that they put the champions in the rerolls because it pretty much made it to where at least there was a slimmer of hope when it came to even like pulling the smalls and the mediums or even the largest, because I thought the largest were going to be capped at that like 95, that hero rating. I thought we were going to be capped, but they gave us the odds for the opportunity to pull a champion. And then this actually medium Madden Machine / GG2 reroll, and I'll actually throw up the spreadsheet now on the screen. It was the most profitable. Again, 204,000 training point profit because we pulled a ton of 96 overalls. I mean, 11 total out of 62. Well, I can't really do the math on that, but that's got to be like 15 to 20%. We actually got another hatching that time being Calvin Ridley, 97 overall. But there's Roquan Smith again. You can pull the champions, and we did not pull not only one champion, we pulled multiple champions in this video. You're going to see, but 497 total, 198, which we will get to, 1196. But this was just by far the absolute best egg pretty much, I think, the entire day. But we're actually now going to get into the final. And actually, was that another hatching? I think that was actually, or no. I don't know what really happened there, but my screen kind of glitched. iJoebruin, we're finally going to be getting into the last of the GG2 in the Madden Machine Rule, and we are going to pull a 98 overall champion, and it actually is going to be the most expensive champion. We finally get to it. iJoebruin, Andrew Wingard, and I think here it is, Dak Prescott. It was one of the last actual rolls in the entire thing. Dak Prescott sold him for 275,000 coins. So you can see 204,000, the best statistical training in the entire egg, entire pack opening. So huge W for this roll. And for finally the last medium reroll egg in this video, medium legend / ultimate legend / bone nose. We're looking for a lot of the bone nose players. We love seeing an animation because a lot of them, like Barry Sanders, like Calvin Johnson, like Randall Cunningham, even Ty Law, they go for quite a lot of coins over their training discard value. But yes, this is the final medium, and I'll actually go through all the stats as we pull a bonus. Bruce Smith, does he get an NFL draft card? I think there's a good chance. I think he got taken second overall. There's a little bit of investment, some draft knowledge there. But this reroll started out very, very slow and really turned up towards the end. But what I was talking about was I have all the small, the medium, and the large, and the extra large reroll statistics. I'll actually compare kind of which batch was the best, because I don't actually have the extra large clips, not clips. I just want to show you guys. It's pretty much just me just pulling the same player over and over again. I don't want to put this in this video, but here we go. Finally, Mike Dicken. We're really going to turn it on. All right, towards the end of these clips. There's another 96 running back, and I actually think those were back-to-back. I'm not absolutely positive. There's 98 Haley. Those weren't back-to-back. I clipped those up, so don't think I pulled 97, 96, 98. Here's another great pull, Rondé Barber. And stats-wise, I'll throw the spreadsheet up on the screen. This is the Bonos. Oh, no, that's not the Bonos player I was talking about. Vince Wilfork. There's one other Bonos. Here he is. Calvin Johnson. This one for about 225k. And while on the screen, you'll see a minus 12,000 training point. I mean, Calvin Johnson makes it for that single-handedly. A ton of these players go for above training value. Bonos, guys. The 97 overall Ditka didn't really go for above. Charles Haley didn't go for above. WRL, small W, the Bonos players really carried in this roll. We're now going to go into the small egg rerolls. For the small egg rerolls, we're actually going to be grouping basically a highlight, a montage of all the small eggs, because I had actually, I think it was a total of 481. I think this is the number 481 total eggs. So there's going to be a lot of them in this. I couldn't really, if I put all the small eggs, we kind of grouped them up into each individual egg. There's 5 of them, small 5 eggs. This video, instead of being like 25, 28 minutes long, or I don't know how long it's ended up being, it would have been 45 minutes long. And I couldn't talk for that much about packs. I'm not that interested in packs. So I'll kind of show the highlights of all 5 of the eggs, starting off with kind of the Super Bowl / playoffs. It's 18,000 coins. We're switching out to small eggs, so it's about 18,000 coins per pack. So what, for an overall wise, I'd say pretty much a 90 overall or better is going to be break even or profit. Anything above that is going to be, solid. Whereas an 88 overall doesn't really, not 89 overall goes for like 15k, 88 overall goes for like 9k. So you are going to be losing not a ton. If you go big and you pull a 96, 97, 98, which we don't pull a 97 or 98 in small rerolls, you are going to be set. You're pretty much going to make your money back for like the next 25 to 30 small rerolls. So you're going to see a handful of 94, 93s, and 95s in the small touch. But I actually want to take the time to kind of talk about the Easter promo in general. How you guys thought, if you made it to the end of this video, what have you guys thought about the Easter promo? Now, Easter eggs wise, I'll show you, we probably lost like 1 to 2 mil actual coins from the egg rerolls. The extra large rerolls really just killed me when it comes to my profit. The smalls and the mediums, they fought, but the largest and the extra largest just nuked pretty much any hope I had to making money off the eggs. But it was totally worth it when it came to the streams. Were amazing the past 2 weeks, kind of just getting eggs. The conspiracy. The one thing I love about the Easter promo and the Zero Chill promo, not really because of just the overall content's a lot. I love the speculation, kind of how the community comes together really and tries to predict what each egg is. Now, in terms of my predictions, I did pretty good, although I did not see like Bo Knows and Playoffs and Gridiron Guardians 2 kind of involved in the eggs. But overall like just projected wise, we did really good on our projections. The only thing I regret is like just trusting myself when I should have discarded like half of my Cooper Cup eggs and discarding, I guess, some of my 62k eggs. Although I really was never going to do that, like the non-62k Cooper Cup eggs. But what do you guys think of the Sugar Rush promo as a whole? 2 weeks total of it, as we're kind of, I think we're moving on now to the Wildcard Wednesdays. And they actually were pretty good for the small eggs. I'd say a rating 1 to 10. I'd probably say it's an 8 or 9. I mean, it was a pretty fun promo. What I always say when a promo is going to be a good content drop, I need to be logging on every single day, like with a motivation to get on. And this year, well, that's not really the case. Really, the latest promos. I mean, Madden Machines is absolutely dead. I didn't really want to get on except the stream. Streaming's exciting. Like, streaming gets me on the game content-wise, but Madden Machines was awful. Free Agent really, unless the reroll was good, it wouldn't have been that fun. But Sugar Rush, as long as Zero Chill, like I hopped on every day. I woke up, I'm like, all right, I'm excited to go after some Easter eggs. It's always fun. I'm not a pack guy. You guys can tell kind of maybe by this video. This probably wasn't the best produced or edited video, as we pulled 95 Qual Center, one of the best overalls we did pull in this. And I don't know if we passed over it. I think it might be coming up very shortly. I want to say it's this one. No, it's not this one. We ended up pulling a Mitchell Trubisky. It was actually one of the most expensive players we pulled in all of these small reels because he sold for 125,000 coins. There's Christian Fulton, another 95 overall. Here it is, by the way. Here's Mitchell Trubisky. There it is. But when it comes into packs, I'm not that interested in packs. So, but when it comes to Easter eggs and gifts, now that's where I love packs. Like I'm addicted. I'm a simp for the kind of mystery. I think it's the mystery involved where it's like even if you get a bad egg, there's still the hope of you getting a good egg. It's basically like a double chance when it comes to Easter eggs and presents, whereas packs is kind of just like boom, it's in your face, instant W, instant L. But when it comes to the small rerolls, and we'll get into it. Small rerolls were a huge W. Let's actually get into the recap, the recap of all the eggs combined. So to wrap things up, we're going to recap, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about the Sugar Rush promo in general, but here are the small rolls kind of combined. We added plus 156,000 training points, so that was solid. Small rerolls, small eggs, huge W. I don't really regret going and doing more because I did 481 total, so we did a lot of small rerolls. I know people were telling me on Twitter, like, and asking, the truth was like, do you regret not doing more small rolls? No. I did enough small reels. I just did too many extra large reels. I won't get into the numbers, but mediums actually were the best in terms of profit, training profit being plus 400,000. So I guess you could say mediums were a bigger W than smalls, but I think it was pretty skewed because there was a couple that were like plus 150, plus 170, plus 200,000. By the way, in the background are just more kind of small rerolls in the background. But the Sugar Rush promo, I'd say it's an 8 out of 10 because I loved like hopping on each day, kind of either like I was enjoying myself making content where it's like Madden Machines. I was like, all right, let's get the Sugar Rush. Like I'm done with Madden Machines like one day after, and I'm like, let's get the Sugar Rush I want to make. Here are the large, and this is where it kind of starts to go downhill. Minus 125,000. So you actually take kind of the medium, the small, and then you subtract 125. We didn't have that many large eggs. You can say we're actually still in the profit zone, but the large rerolls are, I keep saying like either rerolls or eggs. I don't really know what to call them. I call them basically rerolls because they are rerolls. Genuinely, they weren't, I mean, the upside was capping them because it was like 96 to 98 overall, so you couldn't pull that many. But here is the extra large statistics, and we were what, plus 400, plus 100, minus 125, and then boom, minus 3.5 mil trading. Yeah, that, the 99 overalls, look at that, minus, I think it was a total of what, the minus, I actually don't have the number up there, but it's like minus 2 million was off the 99 overall Sugar Rush players, and they also don't go for that much, which is kind of bad. So, yes, and I'll actually now throw up the entire training point kind of dilemma. There's a total of minus 3 million trading, but that isn't the entire story, okay? Terms of like how much that costs right now, well, beforehand it would have been about 9 mil trades. I would have lost 9 mil, but not really 9 mil because I, again, discounted eggs. I'm also selling every single player for pretty much above that trading value as well. It doesn't come into play that like a lot of the 62k eggs I pulled were again like in large reels, so I guess you could say like the large, when I pulled a 62k egg, it was still technically a W because I pulled it out of a 27k pack. So in terms of how much do I think I lost, I want to say like probably 1.5 to 3 mil. I know that's out there. It's a lot less than like what it's like saying on the screen for you guys, but again, I got eggs at a severe discount. Now, luckily, our investments during the entire Sugar Rush, I mean, Calvin Johnson made me, what, like 2.5? Oh, no, Calvin Johnson maybe like, I think it was like 5 mil. Or, I don't know the exact number. Ty Law, maybe another 3 mil. Investments are great. Eggs, I got to look greedy on my extra large. In terms of like what I've learned, I'm maybe going into next year, because this is the first year I really had Easter content. I went into Easter content. I got kind of past December when it comes to Madden content. I usually quit, sell my coins, and do all that. I kind of go play other games. But in terms of content, I'm kind of tied. I'm signed for life. I'm signed for this year at least. And next year, I think going into Zero Chill and going to Sugar Rush, I'm going to say probably I'm only getting 1 or 2 of the most expensive rare stakes. And I'm just going to absolutely stack, because both smalls and mediums in Zero Chill and Sugar Rush were hugely, insanely profitable. So I learned my lesson, but then again, my streams, it was the best stream, Easter Sunday. It was my best stream the entire year, actually. We had amazing support, so I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world, sorry. Wouldn't trade it for the world. 100% worth it. But yeah, that's the video. I don't really know how, if you're at the end of this, I don't really know how this video is going to come out. The loyalists that love my videos are probably here to the end, but I don't think this video is going to, like, do good when it comes to numbers, and kind of like a lot of like people that are non-viewers to my channel aren't really gonna understand my type of pack openings. I just don't like pack openings. I kind of made it my nerdy style, my data style, numbers thing. So comment, I guess you could say, how was your Sugar Rush? How were your eggs? Like if you enjoyed. You made it to the end of this absolute marathon. Subscribe if you're new, if you want to, be better at, like I say, making coins. Want some, I'd say, better gameplay than pack openings. You're not gonna expect many pack openings from me going forward. But that's all for this video. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and until next time. Peace.